Delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
As a Canadore College alumni, you have access to perks. Canadore Alumni Perks. This is a lifetime membership that includes special access to great offers, opportunities to get involved, and so much more. Graduates can access discounts and special offers from businesses and hotels locally, across Canada, and internationally. Get information on special events and news, or access the alumni job portal. Keep in touch with Canadore's alumni office. Visit canadorecollege.ca/perks. Great things happen here.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
The Frontline Podcast, Season 3. Courtney Kenny, Matthew Sukram, Derek Lindemann, Bob Coles, and Ben Long bring you closer to your favorite teams like never before. Covering everything to do with hockey in the North Bay area, exclusive interviews with the North Bay Battalion staff and players, expert analysis on the OHL, NOJHL, and more, keeping you up to date on all things Voodoos, Trappers, Lakers, and more. It's a new season, it's a new adventure. The Frontline Podcast Season 3. Available wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Meals are a special time for families to gather, share their day, and spend quality time together. Those dinners are made extra special when you add tropical produce found in the markets and grocery stores that carry La Huerta imports. La Huerta knows the importance of family, so they know which quality products make the best quality meals for your customers, whether it be Mexican Hass avocados, Brazilian figs, Ecuadorian red dragon fruit, or something just as exotic and special. To get your supply of the best tropical produce at competitive prices with brands buyers trust, contact La Huerta Imports at 705-752-1478.
Community engagement is one of our core focuses at McDonald's. The key is finding the right people who are passionate about the same things we are, helping kids be kids. McDonald's proudly supports local organizations such as the North Bay Regional Health Center Foundation, Big Brothers Big Sisters, One Kids Place, the Children's Aid Society, and Ronald McDonald House Charities. Stop by McDonald's on 1500 Fisher Street, North Bay.
But so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly screaming, and the rockets rent the air, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Oh, sailors, light stars, spangled banner yet wave, o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons' command. Car ton passé portait l'épée, il sait porter la croix. Dans l'histoire d'une épopée des plus brillants exploits, God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard.
Players to Watch is brought to you by Mike the Financial Advisor. If you have financial questions, he has financial answers on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at MikeBFA. The pregame show is brought to you by La Huerta Imports, family owned and operated since 1995. Visit LaHuertaImports.com for more details.
It'll be a short pregame show. I'm Matthew Sugrum alongside Harrison Clements, and we are set for Game 4 of the East Final between the Powassan Voodoos and the Timmins Rock. Let's get to your players to watch, Harrison. Who do you got for the Powassan Voodoos?
And tonight, in net for the Powassan Voodoos, we have Daniel DiRoccolo, .921 save percentage, over 27 games played in the regular season, making his playoff debut here, hoping to bring the Voodoos their first win of this series against the Rock.
Yeah, they're going to need it. They're down 3-0 to the East Division leaders this season, and looking to make it Eastern Conference champions with a win tonight. Clark kicks it to Little, and Little gets through the neutral zone, but then he gets stopped to the blue line, and Haroon goes the other way. Brady Haroon down the right wing side, puts it on net, and DiRoccolo makes a quick save, his first of the game. Over to Rossetti, the shot coming in, deflected away. Picked up on the far side, Haroon's got it. It comes over the blue line, dumped right back in, delayed offside being called against the Timmins Rock. And it is Wilkie bringing it out. Takes a shot. That gets stopped. Rebound chance in front of the net. That save is made by Boivin, who's getting his third straight start. He's won games 2 and 3 in net for the Rock. Turned over inside the Voodoo zone. Trying to get it out is McLean at the blue line. He dishes it forward. That one's turned over. Now Ring going the other way. Nola Ring puts it on net. It's steered away by DiRoccolo to the near side boards. Down to the point 9 and across the left side. Shot comes in, and DiRoccolo makes a save. 18:46 remaining in the first period. It is scoreless. Who's our player to watch on the opposite side for the Timmins Rock today?
The player to watch today is Harry Clark, who picked up a goal in the previous game. He's only played a few in this series so far, but we're going to see if he can bring it even more in this game.
Yeah, Harry Clark got put on a line with two of the top scorers for the Timmins Rock in Game 3. In that 5-2 win for the Timmins Rock. So Clark making his impact felt immediately, joining that line. Play underway here as the Voodoos are able to get the puck. Little gets it out to the neutral zone. Over to Patrick, who dumps it down. Takes a shot, actually, that Boivin had to make a save on. Puck goes to the far side. Patrick whips it into the corner. Now down to the point. And it comes out to the neutral zone. Carried in by the Rock. They turn it over, and the Voodoos looking to go the other way. Patrick on the right side, being pressured by Wells. He gets pushed to the boards on the dump in, and Ricci follows it in the left wing side. In the corner, he gets hit, and the puck comes up to the near side blue line. Trying to get it out is Charette, who finds Grigor, but he turns it over, and now Service looks to go the other way. Liam Service in the zone, takes a shot, and it just goes wide. The target wasn't on for Service on that shot. And now in the middle, Service looking for it. To the right side, Wilkie coming in, and his shot is bobbled and then held by Boivin for his fourth save of the game.
This is just going back and forth here. It seems like the transition play is extremely fast so far.
Go ahead.
And both teams are just taking every chance in the boards. This board battle has been tough, especially in that left side of the Timmins Rock zone.
17:31 to go in the first period, still no score. The first period of Game 3 was scoreless after 20 minutes as well. But then it was Timmins for the second time this series overcoming a 1-goal deficit to win the game. They won Game 1 4-3. They won Game 2 5-0. There's a shot coming in from Smetham. Glove saved by Boivin. And they won Game 3 5-2. And so they have just increasingly gotten more and more goals as the series has gone on, whereas the Powassan Voodoos have basically gone the other way.
Yeah, they've sort of been capped out at 3 goals throughout the entire series, really needing to get onto that offensive production And with key players out, it's going to be hard to get back into it, but they got the fight.
Leotino with a shot in. That's picked up by Pijon in the middle of the zone. He gets it to Clark. Clark coming down, one-on-one. Stops, puts it on net. Backhanded shot, and Girocolo makes the toe save, denying Pijon, who is coming in on the right side there. Play along the end boards. Picking that up is Gazic. Feeds it down the right side. And now saucer pass through the blue line is picked up by Haroon. He gets hauled down, but it's Clark who picks it up. He goes into the corner. There's a hit thrown, and service ends up with the puck for the Voodoos. Can't get it out of the zone, and it goes back to the corner for Pijon. He gets knocked into the boards, and now it is Gazic back in control for the Voodoos. Gazic stops and turns behind the net. Sends it to the near side. He finds Service, and Service will take his time looking down the ice. He drops it back to Little, and the captain moves it out to O'Brien on the left side. O'Brien fans on the pass going into the zone, and that allows Timmins to regain possession. And they will move in with numbers the other way. Down the left side, looking for the setup pass. Now going behind the net, that is Frederick there. He blows a tire, goes into the boards, but the Rock still have the puck. Setting it up to line Nyman. His shot is blocked in front by Lemke, but it's deflected to the far side corner. The Voodoos pick it up, and they will clear. And it's Lemke coming in on the left side. Lemke pushed into the boards, around behind the net. Looking to pick it up in the far side. He can't, as the Rock dislodge him of the puck, and they will clear it. Carried out by Trache. Over to Poole, taking the shot in and out of the glove of Girocolo. But Ricci bails him out there, not allowing Poole to get a rebound. But now Poole has a chance in front of the net. And Girocolo with a tough save as Poole was barreling down there.
Girocolo facing quite a few tough shots there, but able to sprawl and land on the puck. Great effort by him. And the Voodoos have made really effective defensive plays by cutting off passing lanes, getting in front of pucks, and I feel that that's going to be a key to their success here tonight.
They played a very tough, rough style in Game 3. Tried to play man-to-man coverage the entire time. And while it worked at points in the game, it just wasn't sustainable over the course of 60 minutes against a very big, very strong Timmins team. So Peter Goulet and the Powassan Voodoos back to the drawing board for a fourth time this series, trying to figure out a different game plan tonight. Down the right wing side, shot comes in, that goes into the corner. Behind the net, Leotino sets it up, shot coming in, and the save is made. Check that was Leotino on the shot. Looked like Jack Kelly, I guess, behind the net there. Either way, it's a save made by Boisvin, his fifth of the game, and with 14:40 remaining in the first period, it is scoreless.
It's been action-packed 5 minutes here. We're hoping to see a little bit more shots on goal in the Timmins end, but still a tight game regardless.
And that's something Timmins has done pretty well all series. Here comes Clark, the shot coming in. Save made, rebound denied as well by Girocolo. Timmins has limited chances throughout these games. There's been times where the Voodoos haven't had more than 8 shots on net in a single period. Smetham coming in on the left side. Drops it off to the boards, but now Timmins forced the turnover, and it's Pijon the other way. Pijon sets it up to the left side of Haroon. Haroon's got a man on him. Tries to wrap around. It just slides off the end of his stick, and it's covered up by Girocolo, and we wondered how rough this game might get. As we said, Game 3 was incredibly rough. Not a lot of penalties called, though. Not a lot of power plays given out. Quite a few penalties called, but usually it was the referees just dishing it out to either side, and we saw quite a bit of 4-on-4 play. But we wonder if any of that animosity is going to carry over here in Game 4.
Well, we've seen quite a few big hits already here in the first, and we've seen some very tight coverage, lots of sticks being held down, not a lot of room to move so far on the ice.
Voodoos win the draw. Little dishes it outside to the blue line, and off an attempt, it gets on the stick of Wilkie, and Wilkie carries it all the way down the ice. Places it behind the net, picked up by the Rock, and it's moved out with Renard getting it to the neutral zone. Onto the stick of Troche. He gets knocked over at the blue line, and it's Gazic going the other way. He makes a move, but turns it over in the process. Now Poole trying to bring it back over. Check that low. Can't get over the blue line, and now it's Longhurst who ends up with the puck at the Rock blue line. He feeds it forward. Low coming in on the right side along the end boards. They try to pass it out in front. That one got blocked by the Voodoos, and they will clear it. Now Longhurst plays it back up forward. Renard dumps it back in, and it's Fullerton chasing for the Voodoos. 13-10 remaining in the first period. No score. Voodoos being outshot 10-5 to this point of the game. The Voodoos dump it down the ice. Fullerton's there. Plays it behind, or check that, O'Brien plays it behind the net. There's a hit thrown. But it's the Rock who end up with the puck, and they've got a 2-on-1 going in. Longhurst takes the shot himself, but sends it wide of the net. Now in the far side corner, that's Ring. Nolan Ring dishes it off to the board. Shot comes in off the pads of Durakalo. Picked up by Pikarczyk, who scored the opening goal for the Rock in Game 3. Can't get one there, but now he's man on Little, and Little shot looks like it went off the pad of Boisvin and then wide of the net. McLean in his own end, up to Service. Little dangle there at the blue line, but then can't get it forward. Liatino tries to dump it in. It's off the back of Kelly, and he dumps it in. Wells will find it for Timmins, but he can't clear. Liatino does a good job to keep it in at the line. In the corner, now behind the net. Liatino looking for a pass. Still carrying it. Liatino will be with the Suffolk Rams of the NCAA Division III next year. Played it into the corner, but now it comes out to the neutral zone, and Liatino's there again. Dumped in, and the Voodoos will make a change. The Rock get it out. Charette coming in on the right side. Tries to play it to the middle. Kicked off the skate of Pijon. He gets it back. Looking for the pass. It's turned over. Strichaluk finds it, and he will move it down the ice. Over the blue line. Tries to get in the middle of the zone, and he gets blocked. Picking it up for his teammate, though, was Shields, who plays it behind the net, and then the play is turned over. The Rock, though, cannot clear. Some hard hits at the boards and the blue line. The Voodoos trying to maintain possession. They turn it over. 2-on-1 the other way. It's Haroon to Clark. Dangles and gets denied, but then it goes off the back of Wilkie and in. And with 10:58 remaining in the first period, the Timmins may have scored their luckiest goal of the postseason. And when things are not bouncing your way, those are the results if you're the Powassan Voodoos.
What a great initial read from Durakalo. Gets unlucky with the bounce off the teammate. And about 11 minutes remaining in this period. Shots 12-6 for the Rock. They go up 1-0 in this. Still lots of hockey to play left here, folks, though.
On their 12th shot of the game, they get their first goal, so they will not be shut out in the opening 20 like they were in Game 3. And some pushing and shoving going on in front of the net now. It's Service that's involved for the Powassan Voodoos, as Boivin actually initially took a little jab at him as he felt that Service was a little delayed trying to get that tip in, I guess.
Yeah, there's some of that animosity you were talking about there, Matt. And as this goes on, it's probably going to heat up more and more, and hopefully the Voodoos can take advantage of those tempers and maybe convert something when the Rock are off guard.
Well, here's the hard thing to play against Timmins in this building. They're big and they've got speed. So if you're playing man-to-man coverage, you tire yourself out. But the downside to that is because this rink has smaller dimensions, if you lose that coverage one way or the other, it is harder to then overcome the mistake because that man that you've lost coverage on is already in good position.
Yeah, you're always going to be in a good position when every position on the ice almost seems like one.
Exactly. Then the other thing is you play zone coverage, and you have to worry about the speed and then beating you up those lanes. So as long as, I think if you're the Powassan Voodoos, don't give up too much room in the middle, and you should be okay, but you can't just rely on your defensive coverage to win you games. you're going to have to force the issue and force your way into the middle of their zone eventually.
Every inch of ice matters here at the Sportsplex.
Pikarczyk turns it over. Now Little going the other way. It's 1-on-3 in the zone. Takes the shot in and out of the glove of Boivin. And picked up behind the net by the Voodoos. Trying to pass it down the line. He gets it to McLean. McLean pinching in. Walking to the circle. Place it behind the net. That's Strichaluk there. Chase Strichaluk sends it back to the near side boards. There's a hit thrown. Leotino jumping into the play, trying to get the puck. It comes loose. The Voodoos win it back. Gazic going in, but he lifts it just high. Play to the right side boards. That's McLean there now. McLean tried to pass it into the feet of Gazic. Gazic gets it off the boards. Comes to the middle of the zone. Takes a shot, and it goes wide. It might have hit the blocker. It comes back to the point. McLean's shot coming in again. And a good defensive effort there from Cadio Fredette to knock it out of play. Halfway through the first, we'll take a break. 1-0 for Timmins.
This period is brought to you by Canada Alumni Perks. Get information on special events and news or access the alumni job portal. Visit canadacollege.ca/perks for more information.
John Fullerton returns 80 years young on Thursday.
Welcome back. Matthew Sukerwood here alongside Harrison Clement. It is 1-0 for the Timmins Rock here in Game 4. About halfway through the first period, Dan Duracolo looking pretty strong, making the first initial 11 saves, but also the Powassan Voodoos giving up quite a bit of room down low and allowing Duracolo or having Duracolo to make some tough saves in the early going here.
And we are in the midst of coincidental minors happening right now between Liam Service for slashing and Nicholas Pigeon for roughing. So we've been dealing with that on a little bit of a 4-on-4 here. Around 35 seconds left in that.
Face-off won by the Rock in their own zone. I think that might have been the first offensive zone face-off opportunity there for the Powassan Voodoos. But they can't win it, and now it's Timmins with the control. They get the shot on net. Duracolo with a big rebound, but it's the Voodoos who gain possession, and they skate down the ice. Wilkie drags it with him to the left side. Now puts it on net. Little's right there, but can't get it to the stick of Patrick, who is in front of the net. Oh, my goodness. And then those are the bounces that the Voodoos are going to be kicking themselves for not taking advantage of as this game goes along. Back to 5-on-5 play now. Little still behind the net. He gives possession to, not sure, that might be Lemke behind the net there. Can't see the number there. That was Gazic, excuse me. And now he'll get off the ice. And this was a system that they developed in Game 3, is when they are in the defensive zone with the bench on the close change, they would let guys get off individually to get some fresh legs out there instead of doing it on the rush.
They've been more than happy to take their time throughout the series, even in the Hearst series as well. They put that to great use.
At the line, Pigeon slips and falls, but Timmins keeps the puck alive in the zone. Pigeon to the net, can't get the shot off, and now the Voodoos look to bring it out. Down the right wing side, it's Fullerton trying to play it to the middle, can't get the pass completed. And now it's the Rock going the other way with Pigeon leading the charge. Tries to cut to the middle. That doesn't work. Haroon finds it, and he sends it hard off the shoulder of Duracolo and out of play with 7:24 remaining in the first period. It's 1-0 for the Rock, and you mentioned a couple of absences. Chase Thompson, who was a very good pickup. I believe he was traded. I believe he arrived here in October or November. And he really provided some depth scoring, and Caden Long really came along in his first season here in the NOJHL, and both those guys were not in the lineup for Game 3. They were not in the lineup for Game 2, and they're not in the lineup for tonight either.
Yeah, definitely missing some of that. And Caden Long opening the scoring in the series in the first game there. And I believe he picked up a few.
There's a hard hit. The Voodoos taking the rough stuff to the Timmins Rock in the last couple of minutes here, and they'll happily keep the play and the puck inside the zone in the Timmins end, but we'll see if anything gets dished out here. And this is something that Timmins has done all series long. Anytime someone is close to their goaltender at the end of a whistle, they just get infuriated.
Yeah, this game switches from hockey to rugby real quick.
Yeah, that's right. So for the Powassan Voodoos, I think this game is all about keeping a level head and taking advantage of the opportunities that are given to you. And you're going to have to outwork them. Obviously, easier said than done, but that's what this game is going to come down to if you want to extend your season. Service wins the draw. Gazic to the line. Shot comes in. That gets blocked. They get it back. Nice play there to get it to the boards. Gazic to the point. Wilkie's shot comes in, and that one is saved. And that's it right there. A nice play at the line by Wilkie to keep that cycle game going. And just trying to hem Timmins a little deeper.
And they've been able to keep it in the zone quite effectively. Once they're in, it's actually getting into the Timmins zone that has proved difficult. But they have made great plays in the corners and at the blue line to keep the plays going. Something's got to go in soon.
Off the draw, Timmins are able to clear as it's carried out by Nyman. Tries to play to the middle of the Voodoo zone. That doesn't work, and it's a big ricochet, and it goes all the way down the ice and picked up in front of the net by the Rock. And they turn it over again at their own blue line this time. Coming in as Shields into the middle, and it's deflected just wide. Smetham now on the near side boards. Can't hold it. It comes over the blue line, and now it's Ring in the neutral zone for Timmins. Poked off his stick by Fullerton, who plays it around the boards to the near side. Trying to play that one up ahead. Pijon gets in the way. Pijon got poke check there by Service, and use the word poke check loosely there. The Service with two hands on his stick there. Now Longer's coming in. Takes the shot just wide. Behind the net, Haroon trying to dig it in. Puck's still alive there. Clark finds it. Plays it to Longhurst. Clark on the boards. Across to the left side to Pettit. Pettit turns it over, and it comes out of the zone. It's Service with it. Service gets it deflected off his stick, and now Haroon's going to go in. Stops at the right side boards, and it's knocked away from his stick. Haroon, who scored 50 goals this season in the regular season, has been held to just one here in this series against the Powassan Voodoos. So that's what shows you how deep this Timmins team is when their leading scorer in the regular season has been held to one goal, and it's an empty net goal at that he scored on, and yet they've still put up 5 goals in 2 of the games, 4 goals in the other game.
Absurd. And they have 3 players with over 10 points in 8 games so far, this being the 9th. They have Nicholas Pijon with 11 points, Nolan Ring with 12, and Brady Haroon, as mentioned, with 10.
Voodoo's looking to bring the play out of the zone. Dishing it off to the right side and dumped back into the Timmins end. Now comes back out. McLean holding on to it. Now Liatino to the left side. Chips that one forward. Boivin plays it to the corner. Back to the near side. Coming out Rossetti. Now Charette. Knocked off of his stick. And it's Service on the other side. Service's line has had a lot of ice time in the opening 16 minutes of this game. And they continue to press, but they're trying to get the puck out of the zone here. Liatino finds it behind the net, plays it down the right side boards. Trying to move it out, Macmillan. Still digging away at it. Now McLean will help him out. McLean takes it behind the net with 3:40 to play in the first period. Still a 1-0 lead for the Timmins Rock. Coming down the right wing side. Gazic puts it on net. Save made. Loose puck. And the puck is in the net, but obviously the whistle had gone. And that's called getting a little too tight towards the goaltender.
Hey, chances are starting to get increasingly more likely to go in. And we didn't see a scrum around the net that time. Maybe Timmins starting to think a little bit better about the roughness around the net. Maybe starting to keep that level head theory in check as well, making sure that Powassan doesn't get any advantages in this game so far.
3:31 to play. Shields in the draw for the Voodoos. Cannot win it. And Renard gets it out, but turns it over and dumped right back in by Powassan. This is where they want the puck right now. But they've got to keep the pressure here on this forecheck. Don't let the exits be easy. And this time they will force an icing against the Timmins Rock. And I believe that's probably the first icing of the game. I'm not counting them. I'm not keeping a counter here, but they have not done that really all game.
No, there's been very little stoppage here. It's been an extremely quick 20 minutes, and this, I believe, is the third at most draw in the Timmins zone.
Shields wins it back to Stretch of Luck. Shot comes in. Too much traffic in front. It might have even got blocked off the body of Smetham of the Voodoos on that shot from Stretch of Luck. Behind the net. Little with it. In the neutral zone, trying to bring that one forward. Longhurst gets some help, but still they send it off the body of Kelly. Puck just being turned over back and forth here. Haroon in the zone. Cuts to the left side, takes a shot wide of the net. Pijon. Centers it, and Frederick gets denied. Pijon did a good job working down low, and you can see why Timmins is so dangerous in the offensive zone. As they just moved the puck and found some sticks pretty cleanly.
Yeah, they've been very effective in creating plays, and they've been getting lots of space behind the Powassan net, able to get out to their blue line, able to make very quick transitions, attacking from all angles. And so far, Duracolo's been fairly on top of it. And to note that the shots on goal have slowed down in the last half of this first period. So it's good to see Powassan getting a bit closer on the board and a bit tighter defensively as the period goes on.
2:15 to play, and the Voodoos got called for too many men on that last play. So it's a power play for the Rock, and they try to put it on net. Pikarczyk denied by Duracolo. Pikarczyk gets his own rebound, walks in and sends it up high and then off the side of the net. Now Pijon in the slot. His shot is blocked, and it's sent down the ice by the Voodoos. I know it's early, but this could be a huge turning point in this game right here. If the Voodoos can hold them off and get to the end of this period down by just a goal, that's going to be a huge, huge little tick of a win for them out of this period. They've played a really solid opening 20 minutes, but they've just got to keep that gas pedal on here on the penalty kill.
If you can keep the advantage on down a man, there's no reason you can't do it tied up at 5-on-5.
They've scored 11 power play goals on 42 chances the Timmins Rock have so far in the postseason. Nyman on the right side boards. To the far side, walking in. They try to play it in front. Clark has it. He comes back, and there's a penalty being called. Slashing going against Timmins. Wells will get sent to the box, and again, after the whistle, Wells was going after the Voodoos player there.
Yeah, interesting time to take a penalty. Minute left in the period. You have the advantage. You're trying to set the pace going into the second, and then all of a sudden like that, the momentum switched around, and we have 4-on-4.
And that was a big kill there for the Powassan Voodoos. They came in to that penalty kill with just 59.1% success rate on the penalty kill in the postseason. it was an area of weakness for them in the regular season, and it hasn't gotten much better here in the postseason, but they survived that time. And we have 4-on-4 for the next 20 seconds with 40 seconds remaining in the period. And here come the Voodoos down the ice. It's Gazic on the left side, trying to play it to the point, can't get it to Little. And now the pass to Ring is out of his reach, but he'll follow it into the zone. Takes a wild slap at it, and it goes wide of the net. Now it's a 5-on-4 for the next minute 20 or so for the Powassan Voodoos. But they turn it over. Pigeon to Ring. Ring gets around defender, takes a shot, and he shoots it wide stick side. 2 seconds to go. Shot coming in. It's blocked. And that'll do it for the first 20 minutes here in Game 4. The Timmins Rock lead 1-0, but the Powassan Voodoos, not only do they kill off the penalty, but they end up with a power play of their own that has some limited time on it, but they will get a 5-on-4 to start the second period. However, once again, Harry Clark getting credit for the goal, his second of the postseason, and that's why the Timmins Rock have a 1-0 lead. Your thoughts?
Good pace by both teams, both playing quite different styles. Both of them physical, though. Both fighting intensely for control of the puck along the boards. Powassan doing a great job in the corners. But in the open ice, the Timmins Rock have been able to create way more opportunities and have been able to get more shots on goal and just dig after those chances more effectively. On the counterpoint, on the blue line, the Voodoos have been great at keeping it in the zone and forcing turnovers. Something's got to give one way or the other. Maybe the power play will be the chance that they need going into the second here.
I agree. Just like you said, they're forcing those turnovers. They just have to capitalize on them. We'll see if they can do that in the second period. He's Harrison. I'm Matt. We'll be back for the second period live from the Sportsplex. It's Game 4 of the East Finals between the Rock and the Voodoos right here on the Frontline broadcast and on Hockey TV. Stay tuned.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
As a Canadore College alumni, you have access to perks. Canadore Alumni Perks. This is a lifetime membership that includes special access to great offers, opportunities to get involved, and so much more. Graduates can access discounts and special offers from businesses and hotels locally, across Canada, and internationally. Get information on special events and news, or access the alumni job portal. Keep in touch with Canadore's alumni office. Visit canadorecollege.ca/perks. Great things happen here.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
The Frontline Podcast, Season 3. Courtney Kenny, Matthew Sukram, Derek Lindemann, Bob Coles, and Ben Long bring you closer to your favorite teams like never before. Covering everything to do with hockey in the North Bay area, exclusive interviews with the North Bay Battalion staff and players, expert analysis on the OHL, NOJHL, and more, keeping you up to date on all things Voodoos, Trappers, Lakers, and more. It's a new season, it's a new adventure. The Frontline Podcast Season 3. Available wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Meals are a special time for families to gather, share their day, and spend quality time together. Those dinners are made extra special when you add tropical produce found in the markets and grocery stores that carry La Huerta imports. La Huerta knows the importance of family, so they know which quality products make the best quality meals for your customers, whether it be Mexican Hass avocados, Brazilian figs, Ecuadorian red dragon fruit, or something just as exotic and special. To get your supply of the best tropical produce at competitive prices with brands buyers trust, contact La Huerta Imports at 705-752-1478.
Community engagement is one of our core focuses at McDonald's. The key is finding the right people who are passionate about the same things we are, helping kids be kids. McDonald's proudly supports local organizations such as the North Bay Regional Health Center Foundation, Big Brothers Big Sisters, One Kids Place, the Children's Aid Society, and Ronald McDonald House Charities. Stop by McDonald's on 1500 Fisher Street, North Bay to see how we can serve you and the community every day.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
Welcome back. I'm Matthew Sucrum alongside Harrison Clement. It is 1-0 for the Timmins Rock over the Powassan Voodoos, but the Voodoos have the man advantage for less than a minute to start. However, they do have the advantage. Coming into this game, the Voodoos are 8 for 32 on the power play through the postseason, 25% fourth in the league, while the Timmins Rock have the second best penalty kill. They've allowed just 3 power play goals against on 25 times shorthanded, and they've also got 3 shorthanded goals for themselves. That's an 88% kill rate for the Timmins Rock.
And the Voodoos going back to their slow style of play on the change, on the breakout now, going back into their zone. Duracolo playing the puck.
And it is Little who will hold it with time winding down on the power play. They bring it forward. Strichula kicks it over to Gazic. Whips it around behind the net. Back behind the net, Strichula there. Down to the point, Little across to the near side. Wilkie sends it on net, deflected wide. I don't think that one even got through. Now it's in the corner. 5 seconds to go on the power play. And out of the box is Wells, but he'll get out of the box and go right to the bench. And out onto the ice comes Frederick instead, so we're now at 5-on-5, but the Voodoos still control the play here, trying to feed that one down low. That stop rebound chance just goes wide of the net. Strichuluk on the far side, trying to keep it alive as he chips at it, but it's picked up by the Rock, and it's Pijon coming down the other way. Pijon into the neutral zone, and now in front of the net, trying to get it out. Frederick. Big hit there on the near side boards, and that's going to draw a whistle.
Looks like we might have just a general stoppage here. Puck out of play, maybe.
Yeah, no, he's not getting called for that. No, he is getting called for that. I don't know if they call boarding or roughing or what it was there, but interesting that now all of a sudden stuff is getting called.
Yeah, we had a call against the Voodoos at the end, then the Rock pick up one, and now back to the Voodoos. Let's see if one of these teams is able to actually convert on one of these power plays.
Pijon takes a shot right into the mid-frame of Duracolo, who has now made 15 saves on this game. 18-13 remaining in the second period. A minute 50 remaining on the power play for the Timmins Rock. As Harrison said, their second of this game. Their first one ended about, 40 seconds prematurely in that first period?
About that.
Pijon below the circle, takes a shot that gets stopped. Out to the blue line, Nyman to the right side. Back across to Pijon, back across to the right side. Frederick can't get the shot towards the net, but he picks up his own rebound in the corner. Skates to the middle, turns back, still holding the puck. Frederick to Pijon now, back to Frederick. Slap pass across to Nyman, the shot. Glove save made by Duracolo.
That was some hard vision to have there for Duracolo, who sees right through the smallest gap of daylight and flashes the leather on that. Beautiful stop by him.
Yeah, absolutely. That, as you said it perfectly. That was going to be a tough one for him to see, but he did see it. Face-off still inside the Voodoo zone. They haven't gotten it out at all on this penalty kill yet, which has another minute 15 remaining. Pijon to the middle, goes to the right side, back across, and the save is made! The puck went across the goal line, but it did not break the goal line, and Duracolo with an outstanding athletic play to keep this one-goal deficit where it is.
He's been going across crease the entire night. Maybe getting a little help from the post there, doesn't matter. Puck doesn't go in, great effort.
Well, what you have to be worried about if you're the Voodoos is Timmins is starting to find their passing game on the power play here.
And getting lots of shots on goal. Shots now 19-11 in favor of the Rock, and only likely to go up here.
Pijon, Frederick, Nyman shot. That one goes wide of the net. Pikarczyk gets it back. Walking in, takes a shot. Deflected wide, in the slot. Back to the right side, Pikarczyk has it. Pikarczyk to the line, Nyman, left side, Pijon takes a shot. Dracula makes the save.
Dracula staying solid. And the Voodoos being forced into this more zone-style defense that we were talking about because of the power play, unable to crunch down man on man, and that's giving the Rock all the space in the world to make as many plays as they want. But Dracula staying solid, Body's getting in front of the puck, and there is 35 seconds left on this power play. Let's see what way it plays out.
Yeah, still, it's still, that feels like a lot of time still.
Yeah.
They've been in the zone for the entire first minute and a half of this penalty kill. The Voodoos. They have it in the corner. Look at the work down low by Leotino, but it comes up high. This is the secondary power play unit out there now with Clark in the middle. Ringed out to the right side. Shot from Poole, I believe. Goes wide of the net. Now Cadio Fredette plays it behind the net. Wells back there with Clark. Sent to the near side. That's Ring. To the point. Cadio Fredette sends it in forward. Dracula made the save, and then it got caught up under the jersey of Wells and now cleared by the Voodoos. And we're back to 5-on-5 as Lemke takes a shot, but it gets deflected and goes wide of the net. And now a 3-on-1 the other way for the Timmins Rock. There's a shot on net, save made, and the rebound is driven into the pads of Dracula, and now some rough stuff going on again behind the net. But the Voodoos and Dracula stop the Rock on that penalty kill. And we're down to 16-11 in the second period.
Back-to-back rushes there. Both teams with huge chances. Dracula staying solid in his net, never wavering. And the puck goes off a body in the Timmins zone, deflecting wide. Both chances being stopped. And are we going to see some people go off here for that tussle behind the net? I think so.
McLean is off for the Voodoos. Poole is off for the Rock. McLean's a big guy to not have on the ice now for the next 2 minutes.
In all senses of the word.
Yeah, that's right. And like I said, with 16-11 remaining, I mean, that was a dangerous puck to give up. The Voodoos finally had some daylight going the other way, gets turnover immediately, and all of a sudden, the Rock are going in 3-on-1. They're going to have to tighten that up. Those are the mistakes that it's going to come back to haunt them, as we saw in Game 3. Wilkie gets it out to Leotino, I believe, there, and it's sent down, and that will be icing called. It's going back the other way into the Voodoo zone.
And while some of the previous games have had bigger gaps in them, this is a game of inches in this one. It's been a game of miles, some chasms to cross in previous ones, but this is some of the tightest Voodoos play we have seen in this series. And the Rock are playing just as tight, and that's the reason that this is such a close game. 4 minutes down into this second period here, and it's been all power play.
Timmins penalty number 22, Ethan Poole. 2 minutes for Sachin. Voodoos penalty number 21,
Voodoos bring the puck out of the zone. They break into the offensive area. It is Stritchuluk on the right side boards. Looking to hold it there, getting some support from Shields. Shields gets some clearance, and he sends it just wide on the shot. Wow, Shields stick handles around a couple of guys just to get into the slot to take that shot. Voodoo still maintaining possession behind the net. A penalty coming up here against the Rock. Extra attacker comes out. It's 5-on-4 right now for the Voodoos. Shot coming in. That one is off the blocker, and it goes to the far side boards. Now back behind the net. Shields has it. Whips it around to the near side. Holding it on the boards is Gazic. Back to Shields. Back to Gazic. Now up high to Ricci. Takes a shot. Blocker save made. Puck goes to the far side. That's Fullerton on it. Fullerton on the half boards. Back to the top of the zone, now pitching in, Strichlock to the left side. It was wide open onto the stick of Shields, but he could not hold on to the puck in that area. Voodoos still haven't allowed the Timmins Rock to touch the puck since the arm has gone up, and there's 10 seconds remaining in 4-on-4. Strichlock at the blue line. Crosses to the far side, into the circle, back to the blue line to Strichlock. Into the corner, Shields is there. Both guys are out of the penalty boxes, and as Timmins touches the puck now, the Voodoos will go on the power play, and it will again be 5-on-4.
I don't think we've had a single minute in this period that has not been a power play for one team or another. Somebody has been in the box. They just keep trading back and forth, though there was some coincidental minors and previous penalties. There's man advantages going back and forth and back and forth. Somebody's got to get something in the net.
At the line, now across to Wilkie. Second power play of the game for the Voodoos here. Their first one came at the end of the first and carried over into the second period. Little through the middle of the ice. Dumps it in and goes right to the goaltender, who just flips it forward and sends it down the ice. And you can see the difference in the penalty kills of these two teams right here. The Voodoos haven't had the puck inside the zone for a very long time, whereas when they were on the penalty kill, they spent the entire 2 minutes in their own zone. Strichlock to the left side. Shot comes in. Scores! Reese Smetham on the power play. Rips it past Boivin. Game 4. Tied at 1 in the second period.
And the Rock just seemed to get distracted by the break into the zone. Smetham just sneaks in, top circle, and he gets all the space in the world to load up and rip that in the back of the net. This is a tie hockey game, 21-14 the shots in favor of the Rock, but that doesn't matter when the points are tied up. And finally, one of these power plays goes through, and that ends up being the deciding factor right now.
Reese Smetham with his 4th goal of the postseason.
And a chance here.
Coming in, the shot save made as Lemke was going in with speed. That's a big save for Boivin to make right there after letting the Voodoos tie this game. Reese Smetham, like I said, 4th goal of the postseason. He had 26 in the regular season, but that clearly the biggest one all year right there from Smetham. The Voodoos looking dangerous now. Lemke puts it off the side of the net. Now he gets it center to him. And the shot goes right into the pads of the goaltender Boivin. 13 minutes remaining in the second period. 1-1 the score.
And this just keeps going back and forth. Both teams getting every chance imaginable, and they've just finally broken through. Voodoos getting a bit more energy in their stride immediately after that goal. You could feel the energy in the building shift.
Yep.
You can hear that crowd. And they are not going down without a fight.
That's what I was going to say. You can feel that for one of these teams, everything is on the line right now. And for the other, you know that they're feeling in control and they're playing a little loose and a little free. But you don't want to give the Powassan Voodoos any room to get back into this series if you're the Timmins Rock. Just the second time in franchise history that the Voodoos are facing a potential sweep in a postseason series. Wilkie pinching in, takes a shot. That one stopped. Puck gets up to the boards, and that's Ring. Up to the blue line. Pikarczyk coming in, takes a shot. That's wide of the net. Getting it is Fullerton. Fullerton dumps it in, and that line will change for the Voodoos. Hard check at the line, and Charette almost fell, or the official almost fell on Charette there. And the arm went up, and I believe offside was the call. Or maybe icing there. Yep, it's going to be icing against the Timmins Rock.
That's been a quick 8 minutes here so far.
Yeah, it really
And
has.
the power plays have been making the pace very back and forth, very fast. Lots of shots so far in the period. This is anyone's game at this point. And we're starting to see a little bit more of a swing in favor of Powassan. More draws in zone and a shot on net.
And another one from Smetham that goes off the side. Picked up that line, sent behind the net. Shields digging away at it, trying to get it in front. They get it there, but turned around was the goal scorer Smetham, and he couldn't get a shot off there. Puck still inside the zone, stuck on the half boards. Now into the corner. The Voodoos trying to get it out of that area to get it free to an open man, but they can't complete the play. And now Timmins goes the other way. Poole sends it across the zone. Shields trying to get it out. Hard hit on the far side, but the Voodoos end up with the puck. 11-10 to play in the second period. 1-1 the score. Holding it behind the net. And now they'll send it down the ice, but icing gets waved off, and Boivin has to smother it with, I believe, McMillan right there on top of him.
Timmins sort of calming down a little bit on the rough stuff behind the net. You know, still some nice little shoving there, but nothing too serious. I think both teams trying to avoid taking a penalty at all costs at this point in the game, considering that most of this period has been on a man advantage, or at least with somebody in the box. Trying, especially now that it's a tie game, to keep every little advantage. As I said earlier, this is a game of inches, not miles in this one.
Dan DiRoccolo played against Timmins twice in the regular season. The first being that February 18th win for the Rock against Powassan here in Powassan on February 18th. Faced 53 shots in that game. And then on February 26th in Timmins, he played 27 minutes of ice time. There's a hard hit in the far side corner. Little gets up. And there's a penalty coming up against the Timmins Rock after that hit. The official has the arm up. McLean holding the puck, and he'll follow DiRoccolo out of the zone. Rare to see the goaltender ahead of the puck as they're trying to get the extra attacker out there. But just to finish that thought, he gave up 5 goals in the eventual 7-4 win for Timmins in that February 26th game in Timmins. So both DiRoccolo and Flageau facing Timmins in the regular season, but Flageau getting the nod tonight in his first ever postseason game, and he was hoping that his team now can take the lead for the first time in this game. They trail 3-0 in the series, and with 10:21 to go in the second period, it's 1-1.
This is the 5th penalty called so far, around halfway through this period. And as we saw, the Voodoos were able to put the last one to great effect. Let's see if they keep up that same energy.
At the line, Little tried desperately to keep it in, diving across the blue paint there, but could not keep it in on a last-ditch effort there. And now Wilkie comes back in. It's cleared, and Nolan Ring has the puck going in on the breakaway, takes a shot. It's a save made by DiRoccolo. It goes over his shoulder and over the glass and out of play.
Lots of fuss around the blue line. The Voodoos, as they've been doing all game, trying to keep it in the zone, and a great effort by Little there. But the Rock see an opportunity, get the breakaway, and DiRoccolo is able to get the blocker just on that, keeping this game tied, and we'll see a face-off in the Voodoo zone.
Yeah, if I'm Powassan, do not try to start changing up the game plan now. It's been working. You've got your third power play of the game right here. You're 1 for 2 on the man advantage. Try to make it more. Gazic to the half boards. Whips it around to the near side. That is Stritchuluk who plays it. Tries to get it in the corner. He's blocked a couple of times. Trying to get some support, but the Rock find the puck and dump it down the ice. About a minute and 15 remaining on the power play as the Voodoos bring it back down. Leotino trying to burst through the seam. He gets the puck on the boards, sends it around to the near side to Gazic. He'll walk to the goal line. Gazic pushed into those boards. Puck sent around to the near side. Leotino pinching in. And now it's in the corner. And the Rock trying to wear down the last moments of the power play. But Smetham gets it back. Sends it to Gazic on the boards. Gazic takes a shot. That gets save made. Rebound goes in front of the net. Loose puck. Everyone's looking for it. And the goaltender is down. Puck is still loose somehow. It comes out wide to the far side boards. Holding it there is McLean. Passes it to the half boards. Taking the shot, deflected, and just wide of the net. Strichuluk picks it up on the half boards. Plays it down, or up high to Gazic. Gazic pushed in the circle. Switches spots with Strichuluk. Sends it to left side shot. And the save is made by Boivin. Wraparound chance. And it's still loose. Puck picked up on the near side. Gazic fires it in. Another save by Boivin. Puck comes loose in the slot. Strichuluk to the left side shot. Scores! McLean gives the Voodoos the lead. 2-1 in Game 4.
And digging and digging and digging for every opportunity. I don't know how this play doesn't get called dead. The goalie sprawling, bodies falling, and it all comes out in the wash with the Voodoos goal, 2-1, just after the, I believe it was just after the penalty expired.
The penalty had expired. Timmins player was coming back into the zone and coming back a little late because they had an opportunity to steal that puck. But what a job by Gazic to just have the composure when he had the puck in the slot to then give it back over to McLean, who had the better angle to take that shot.
Great vision there.
Everything was coming from the right side, shot after shot from the right side. They finally started moving the puck through the middle to the left side, and they get it to the open man. But now, can the Voodoos play with a lead? There's a shot, and it goes off the side of the net. And the puck comes out wide. Little, O'Brien, now Little going in with speed. Little to the net, driving, and it's turned aside. And there is a hit in the zone, and that's going to draw a whistle. Wow. And this is what I mean. The Powassan Voodoos have had opportunities in this series to play with the lead. Like you mentioned in Game 1, Caden Long opened the scoring. Could not hold on to that one. In Game 3, the Powassan Voodoos had the 1-goal lead in the second period. Could not hold on to it for more than 5 minutes. So now, can they play with the lead? Can they stay disciplined? And can they kill off this huge opportunity now for the Timmins Rock, who again have a potent power play?
It has not been able to convert so far this period, but we're seeing, who's that in the box?
I believe it's O'Brien that went.
O'Brien? Yeah, there was a little bit of a dust-up after that hit there, and we saw the linesmen and the refs sweep around him. And we're waiting for the call here.
So it looks like Vassos is going to the box as well. I'm not sure what that's about. Might be for, I don't know, maybe they're saying O'Brien blindsided him. Cross-check. Well, there's only 2 minutes on the clock, so O'Brien is obviously sitting for more than 2 minutes, as Vassos has also gone in the box. So, huge moment here in this game. The Voodoos have done an excellent job defensively in this period. Can they keep it up? Head conduct, so he's getting a 10-minute misconduct on the play. Pigeon to the left side down low, trying to shovel it in. And there's a quick whistle as as Duragalo, I don't think he ever had control of that puck, but they blow the play dead just the same.
And as we saw in the last penalty kill from the Voodoos, they could not break out of their zone at all.
Yep.
Let's see if they're able to win those board battles as they had in the first and finally give themselves some space in this penalty kill.
7:13 to play in the second period. 2-1 Powassan lead. Puck up to the line. Pigeon shot. Save made. Rebound chance. D'Arocolo with the initial save, but then the rebound is knocked in by Frederick. It's a power play goal for the Timmins Rock, and we are tied at 2.
And as we said, this discipline, giving up opportunities from either side here, has been the difference maker in this game. Power play goal apiece, a regular goal for the Timmins Rock, and we're back to a tie game.
D'Arocolo made a really nice initial save there, but then just didn't have any support.
And that's unfortunately been the case for both goals scored against D'Arocolo.
And again, the Voodoos get the lead, but don't have it for very long. And that has been the story all series.
Less than a minute.
2-2 now in game 4. And the Rock leading 3-0. Shot coming in, that goes just wide of the net. Stritcheluk looking to get it out. Down the ice, Rossetti chasing it. Being chased by Smetham. He throws him into the boards. And now Stritcheluk trying to find the puck. He does have it. Stritcheluk behind the net, feathers it over to Gazic. Gazic gets run into the boards there by Pigeon. But the Voodoos keep the puck alive barely there. And now comes out with Clark going down the ice. Knocked off his stick. And the puck comes out of the zone, but Clark is on it. Clark gets around one guy, another guy, and then tripped up at the line. And maybe the Voodoos getting away with a call there. The arm has gone up, and there's a penalty coming up against the Rock.
It just never stops.
The Timmins Rock touch the puck, and with 5:41 to play now in the second period, the Voodoos are going to get their 4th power play of the game, 3rd of this period. They're 2 for 3, or no, they're 1 for 3 on the man advantage, but on the 3rd one, they scored just as it had expired.
I will be curious to look back at the stats here for how much of this was played with 5-on-5, because I don't think I've seen this much power play hockey in a long time.
Yeah, special teams certainly getting a workout, that's for sure. So here we go. Powassan with another opportunity. Wilkie pinching in, takes a shot, save made. Rebound is smothered by Boivin, and you know he is going to be looking for those rebounds on this power play, or on this penalty kill for the Rock.
The last goal was with a lot of action right in front of the crease there, and he hops on that rebound immediately, not going to make the same mistake.
Got to give credit for the Voodoos, though, for earning their ice in front of the net on these last 2 power plays.
Yeah, they've been playing the body. They've been making sure that they are getting the space that they need to make plays.
Gazic on the half boards. Walking in. Gazic plays it down low. Stritcheluk sends it back up high to Wilkie. Across to the left side, that is Little. Walking in, goes below the faceoff circle, now back up high to Wilkie. Wilkie moving across the blue line, finds Little. Across to Gazic, takes a shot, just wide, glove side. Little gets the rebound off the boards. Holding it just in front of the corner. Sends it to Stritcheluk, now up to Wilkie. Back to Stritcheluk. Stritcheluk finds Gazic in the middle. To the right side, Wilkie lets it go off his stick, and he now controls it in the corner. Wilkie from the half boards tries to send it across the zone. Picked up on the far side by Stritcheluk. Stritcheluk moving in. Stritcheluk takes a shot. It goes off the mask and then redirects to the near side. Wilkie has it at the blue line. Less than a minute to go on the power play. Wilkie to the half boards. Finds Gazic there in the circle. Plays it back to Wilkie. Wilkie looking across the blue line. Gets it over to Stritcheluk. Stritcheluk shot. And that one's wide. Gazic picks it up off the boards. Moves in. Takes a shot. That one's deflected wide. Picked up on the far side by Little. As the power play continues in the zone. Cross to Gazic. Wide open in the slot. Fans on the shot, but they can't clear. Stritcheluk has it. Stops at the blue line. Goes back. Sends it to the left side. Back up high. Wilkie shot into the glove of the goaltender Boivin, and he holds on to it for the stoppage and play. with just about 13 seconds or so on the power play. 2-2 the score with 4 minutes to go in the period.
An effective hold in zone. It's kind of a mirror of what we saw from the Rock earlier in the power play when they had their advantage in the Timmins zone. And Matt's checking around the good old stanchion here in the Sportsplex in order to see how much time we have left.
It's under 20 now. In behind the net. Wraparound chance gets denied. Rebound from Lemke goes up high over the glass and out of play.
Yeah, and for the first time in this game, the Voodoos are tied in shots on goal, making a great offensive rebound in this period. And that's why we're at a 2-2 game, and they're set up to take advantage of this power play in the dying seconds of it.
Pijon in the draw against Patrick, and it's Pijon who wins it back. And it's cleared down the ice right towards DeRoccolo. Penalty over. Back to 5-on-5 play. Stretch pass down the ice. Kelly knocks it into the zone. Hard hit thrown. Rossetti into the boards. Comes out of the zone, and now the Voodoos going back in. 2-on-1, but some hard hard back checking by the Rock lead the puck to coming out of the zone, and it's Pijon twisting and turning now. Sends it down to Rossetti. His shot blocked, trickling into the slot. Voodoos can't clear. Clark had just got a stick on it to keep it alive. Into the corner, a couple of hard shoves there. Comes down to the point, Trache shovels it in the corner. In behind the net. Holding it back there. Trying to get it back up high is Haroon. Sends it across to the right side. Shot comes in. That one's blocked. Picked up by McMillan. And McMillan knocked out of position. Trying to go into the zone. The Voodoos get it back and send it in. Trache across to the far side. Back in front to Trache. Trache trying to get it past McMillan. And he does, but in the neutral zone, Smetham finds it. Sends it back up to McMillan. McMillan takes a shot, and the save is made by the goaltender Boivin. 2:22 to go in the second period, and 2-2 is the score. We'll take a break and be back from the Sportsplex.
This period is brought to you by Canada Alumni Perks. Get information on special events and news, or access the Alumni Job Portal. Visit canadacollege.ca/perks for more information.
Welcome back. I'm Matthew Sukram alongside Harrison Clement. 2-2 the score in the second period. Shots are even at 25-25, but the Voodoos have really taken charge, I feel, of this period. They just have to keep that foot on the pedal.
What other choice do you have? When your back's against the wall, you have to fire on all cylinders, and they have shown that they have that full V6 blasting in this period. Lots of speed, lots of dump-ins, and just chopping away in front of the net. And that's sort of been the name of the game for them. Just maximum effort into this period. And the Rock playing solidly and holding zones has been very key for each of these teams. Lots of blue line control in either end, and not a whole lot of turnovers at that sector of the ice. But we're seeing a swing more and more in the Voodoos' direction. And again, we are tied at 25-25, just tying up on shots for the first time in this game.
Face-off won by the Rock. Ring carries it out. Fullerton at the line, trying to get it back the other way. Some hard pushing at the blue line allows Fullerton to get it down the ice. Smetham now behind the net. Lost it. It comes around to the near side, and Ring gets it out. Poke check made on a stick lift, but they're going to call it. They're going to call holding on that play, and it's going to go against the Voodoos. And this is where Powassan has to be so careful. They have managed to avoid giving up the big period so far in this game. In game one, it was allowing 3 goals to Timmins. In the second period, it was allowing 4 goals to Timmins in the third period in game 2, and likewise 3 goals in the third period of game 3. So they've managed to avoid that. They haven't let Timmins completely get the momentum going where they're controlling the play for long stretches, but that's going to have to continue now for the next minute 55 in this period and carry over into the third.
And as we've seen so far, the Timmins Rock power play has been quite effective in holding the zone, more so than the Voodoos penalty kill so far.
And they've scored a power play goal as well tonight. Play on the half boards. Down to the point, that's Pijon. To the left side, Pikarczyk. To the right side, Rossetti. Holding it, walking in, dishes it off down low. That's Frederick, who tied the game. Back up to Rossetti. Shot coming in and deflected wide. 1:25 to play in the period. 1:30 on the power play. Right in close. There's a chance. Denied. It comes out high. Pijon to the right side. Shot, and that one's wide. And the Voodoos are about to get called for another penalty here.
I didn't see that. There was a mess of bodies in front of the net, and then the linesman arm goes up. And who are we seeing going off?
Oh no, it's Timmins that are getting called for it.
So Powassan.
So with 1:14, we're back to 4-on-4 play now. So then why didn't they blow the whistle earlier? That was weird.
Yeah, Timmins was in control of the puck, and then Powassan touches, then the whistle gets blown.
Oh well. 4-on-4 for now. 1:19, but there's only 1:14 to play in the period. Little walking in, takes a shot, that gets stopped. Rebound right to the stick of Wilkie. Wilkie gets it knocked away from him, and Ring walking down the ice, but gets knocked off the puck by Service. Service drops it back with a minute remaining in the second. 2-2 the score. Little down the left wing. Over to Gazic, coming in with speed. He gets stopped and kept to the outside. Gazic at the blue line. Turns back and trying to play it down low. He finds Service on the boards. Service puts on the brakes. He goes to the bottom of the circle. Sends it across the shot. Scores!
What?
It's Liatino, who lifts the Voodoos to a 3-2 lead.
He just comes completely out of nowhere with incredible speed, gets that deflection in, beautiful read, beautiful cross-ice pass, throwing it towards the net, and Liatino gets there in the nick of time. 39 seconds remaining, 26-26 the shots, and the special teams has been the story of this period and this game so far.
That pass has not worked many times for the Voodoos in that series. The through the slot down low in between the hash marks, that just has not gotten through. It gets through on that play, and like you said, Liatino is there to bang that one home. So Liatino with a huge goal late, and remember that goal comes 4-on-4. He scored 9 in the regular season. That's his second of the postseason. And with 10 seconds to go, the Powassan Voodoos with an opportunity to carry a 3-2 lead into the third period. They'll hold it behind the net. And after 40 minutes of play, the Powassan Voodoos have an opportunity here to extend their season. They'll play 5 seconds of 4-on-4 when the third period begins, and then the Powassan Voodoos will have a very shortened power play, but a power play nonetheless, and not a bad way to try and start a third period when you're up by a goal.
Not at all, Matt. And the keys going into the next period for both teams are discipline. As we saw in the previous period, power plays matter so much in this game. Both teams have been able to capitalize quite effectively. I believe that is 3 goals scored in some sort of man differential, or shortened like 4-on-4 instead of regular strength. That has been key. And making sure that you are holding to your man. Beautiful stuff so far. Intense gameplay. We'll have to see what the next period brings.
And we'll bring that to you in about 17 minutes. He's Harrison. I'm Matt. Ben Long is producing. Mike Brown's on camera. We thank you so much for spending your Tuesday evening with us. We'll be right back from the Sportsplex for period number 3 here on the Frontline broadcast presented by Average Shows and on Hockey TV. Stay tuned.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
As a Canadore College alumni, you have access to perks. Canadore Alumni Perks. This is a lifetime membership that includes special access to great offers, opportunities to get involved, and so much more. Graduates can access discounts and special offers from businesses and hotels locally, across Canada, and internationally. Get information on special events and news, or access the alumni job portal. Keep in touch with Canadore's alumni office. Visit canadorecollege.ca/perks. Great things happen here.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
The Frontline Podcast, Season 3. Courtney Kenny, Matthew Sukram, Derek Lindemann, Bob Coles, and Ben Long bring you closer to your favorite teams like never before. Covering everything to do with hockey in the North Bay area, exclusive interviews with the North Bay Battalion staff and players, expert analysis on the OHL, NOJHL, and more, keeping you up to date on all things Voodoos, Trappers, Lakers, and more. It's a new season, it's a new adventure. The Frontline Podcast Season 3. Available wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Meals are a special time for families to gather, share their day, and spend quality time together. Those dinners are made extra special when you add tropical produce found in the markets and grocery stores that carry La Huerta imports. La Huerta knows the importance of family, so they know which quality products make the best quality meals for your customers, whether it be Mexican Hass avocados, Brazilian figs, Ecuadorian red dragon fruit, or something just as exotic and special. To get your supply of the best tropical produce at competitive prices with brands buyers trust, contact La Huerta Imports at 705-752-1478.
Community engagement is one of our core focuses at McDonald's. The key is finding the right people who are passionate about the same things we are, helping kids be kids. McDonald's proudly supports local organizations such as the North Bay Regional Health Center Foundation, Big Brothers Big Sisters, One Kids Place, the Children's Aid Society, and Ronald McDonald House Charities. Stop by McDonald's on 1500 Fisher Street, North Bay, to see how we can serve you and the community every day.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road. Players to Watch is brought to you by Mike the Financial Advisor. If you have financial questions, he has financial answers. On Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Mike the FA.
All right, let's take a recap of our Players to Watch. Matthew Sugrum with you here alongside Harrison Clement. Harrison, on the Powassan Voodoos side, your player to watch was Dan Duracolo.
Yeah, and he has been playing very solidly for his first showing in the playoffs. He stopped 24 shots so far, and he has had great positioning in net, had to make some sprawling saves that have kept the Voodoos in this. He has been outstanding so far, in my opinion. And on the Timmins Rock side, we have Harry Clark, who I don't believe has put anything up yet.
No, I don't think Harry Clark has, yes, Harry Clark has the one goal tonight.
Oh, correct, yes.
So Harry Clark does have the second goal tonight for the Timmins Rock. They trail 3-2 in this contest.
And they are...
Excuse me, he had the opening goal.
The opening goal, yes. And they are just finishing off a penalty here. Voodoos on the power play in the Timmins zone.
And they can't keep the puck alive in the Timmins zone. Little chasing it. Sends it to the left side to Gazic. Gazic walking in, takes a shot. Big save made there. Back to 5-on-5 play now. Shields trying to move it off the boards. Can't hold it there. The puck comes out of the zone. Sent back in. First time this series. Timmins playing with a lead in the third period. Can they hold it, though? That is the question. With rookie netminder Dan Duracolo in net as it's icing called against the Timmins Rock. And if you're the coaching staff, this is all you could have hoped for. You make the change in net, hoping that the different look is something that Timmins doesn't know how to solve. Although, again, Dan Duracolo did play in 2 games against Timmins in the regular season, and they scored a combined 11 goals against him.
Playoffs are a new season.
That's it. Chipped back into the zone. Longhurst looking to get it out. It's dumped down the ice. Duracolo behind the net. It's turned over as Clark gets it. Pichon hammered in the boards, and that's going to be a call. And the Timmins Rock are going to have the man advantage. They control the play still. Clark behind the nets. Tried to set up to Rossetti, but he missed it, and this will go the length of the ice, but well away from the empty net. Can you imagine? You've seen that a couple times this year. In fact, happened in the NHL once. Happened in the OHL once as well. And as the thing about the OHL, as the Voodoos touch the puck, they are sent to the box. 17:57 remaining in the third period. It's a 3-2 Powassan lead. And remember, there's still a couple guys in the box for either side, as about halfway through the second period, there are some 10-minute misconducts handed out
to
Connor O'Brien. Got called for head contact for the Voodoos, and Felix Cadio-Fredette got called for head contact as well. So, the Timmins Rock trailing 3-2 in the third have the power play now. Rossetti to the left side. Pichon down low. Back up high to Pichon. Shot coming in. Stop. Loose puck on the doorstep. Pikarczyk finds it and carries it behind the net. Tries to center it to Frederick. It's kicked off his skate. And it's carried out by Little. And Little chips it ahead to himself. Little, one-on-one into the zone. He's held on to behind the net, but no call coming there. What a play, though, by the captain, Alex Little, to kill some time on the PK. And now it is Pichon back in the zone. Gets around one-on-one. And Pichon gets denied by the goaltender Duracolo. with still a minute remaining on the power play.
Two fantastic back-to-back individual rushes there. One from Little and one from Pigeon. And just splitting the defense for Pigeon. Great stop by DeRoccolo. Little pushes in on the backhand but can't get enough on it in order to get a solid shot off. Solid kill, 1 minute remaining in this penalty kill.
16:58 to go in the third. 3-2 Voodoos lead. Puck in the near side corner. McLean trying to chip it down the boards. Gets it to the line. Trache keeps it in the zone for the Rock. His shot gets deflected and kicked to the near side corner. McLean has it behind the net. Going to the far side board, still carrying it. McLean out of the zone. Up ahead to Service. Service backhands it in towards the net. And the goaltender Boivin plays it to the far side. That is picked up there by Pettit. And Pettit gets it out to the near side to Ring. Ring over the blue line. Lost the puck and cleared by McLean. 25 seconds remaining in the penalty. Charette can't get over the blue line. Fullerton finds the puck. He'll carry it forward. Goes all the way east coast, west coast there. And dumps it down the ice.
Easily the most effective Voodoos penalty kill so far.
But now here comes Wells into the zone, and he gets kept to the outside. Nice defensive play there by Fullerton. What a shift for him. Puck stolen by Wilkie. And as we get back to 5-on-5, the Voodoos still have a 3-2 lead in the third. In behind the net, Shields centering, and it goes off a skate and right towards Boivin. 15:41 to go in the third period. 3-2, Voodoos lead, looking to win their first game of this series.
And for the first time in this game, the Voodoos lead in shots, 29-27 there.
That's right.
Getting a couple off shorthanded.
So back to 5-on-5, and this is where the Voodoos would like to stay. There were 9 penalties called in the second period. Only one of those calls was offsetting. What's that? More than half the period being played shorthanded in one way or another.
Felt like most of the game.
And we've already had a penalty called here in the third. We'll see if there's any more, especially in this kind of game. 1 goal lead in the third. Harry Clark takes down Service. No call. Check that took down Ricci, and no call there. Wow, that was a rough play. But again, you wonder, do the referees put the whistles away now? As Liatino is just sitting on top of Pigeon on the boards. Puck gets moved. Voodoos can't get it out. They turn it over. Now Haroon to the net. Shot goes off the body of DeRoccolo and ricochets around to the near side and sent down the ice. Renard plays it to Pettit. Gets it back up to Renard. Through the neutral zone now. Over to Renard coming in. The shot save made by DeRoccolo with 14:35 to play in the third. Voodoos maintaining the 3-2 lead.
The intensity staying high here, and we haven't seen a lot of total zone control for either team. It has been very back and forth. Having the power play to start didn't help, but it is in huge contrast to what we saw from Powassan in the first 2 periods in the fact that they were able to clear and get some things done.
Off the draw, sent towards the net, deflected and in. Pettit sent it through the slot. It went off the stick of Lucas Lowe, and it got past DeRoccolo, and we are tied at 3 in the third.
Back and forth, back and forth. This is a tug of war. 3/4 of the period left in this game. 3-3, shot differential 1, and we have to see who will come on top of this tug of war. Voodoos win, hold it in their zone.
That is the 9th goal the Rock have scored in the third period of play in this series. And like we said, what the Voodoos are going to have to avoid is giving up the big period. They haven't done that yet in this game. They've stayed even-keeled with Timmins and in fact have led in this game just once. The Timmins Rock, I mean, the Voodoos have done a great job stymieing any momentum that Timmins has tried to garner in this game. Remember, they led 1-0. Voodoos came back, took a 2-1 lead. It got tied 2-2. Voodoos took a 3-2 lead. So Timmins have erased 2 one-goal deficits in this game. But the Powassan Voodoos, something they haven't done a lot of this series, has been playing with a lead, and now they've given up 2 in this game.
That just shows the strength of this Timmins team. Able to take back every chance that they give away. Just able to bounce back, solid as a rock.
In behind the net, service. Trying to gain control, sends it to the far side corner. Vassos with the hit, but the puck comes out of the zone, carried by Pikarczyk. He puts on the brakes, goes to the boards, wait for some support. Now he finds Pettit coming in, takes a shot, that's deflected, and then it rolls off the glass and out of play. 13-18 remaining in the third period. 3-3 the score.
It's going to be interesting to see where the break happens because both teams have been playing a very similar style throughout this entire game. Very physical, very rushy, not a lot of dumping and chasing so far, but a lot of breakout plays here.
There's a shot, kick save made by Duracolo. Out of the zone. There's a hard push over the line. O'Brien gets back up. Looks to be okay. And that very rough zone entry. Puck comes out of the zone. Wells goes offside, and after the whistle, O'Brien collides with Wells. And the officials saying that was inadvertent contact, so we'll leave it at that. Game 5, if necessary, will be played tomorrow in Timmins at the McIntyre Arena, 7 o'clock for that one here on Hockey TV. And should the Voodoos get out of this one and pick up the win in Timmins, they'll be back here on Saturday, April 15th, hosting at 7 o'clock, and we'll have that one for you right here on the Frontline broadcast. But we also have a game on Friday here on the Frontline broadcast as the North Bay Battalion get their series started against the Barrie Colts. You can like, share, and subscribe right now to the Frontline Broadcast YouTube channel, and you'll get a notification when all of our live broadcasts start. Here comes service down the ice, and his shot goes into the glove of the goaltender Boisvin. That will be his 27th save of the game. And you can also follow Harrison along for all your social media updates. Harrison from the Garrison, who does a great job recapping Battalion OHL games on his own personal socials, so make sure you follow him as well.
If a game happens in North Bay or against North Bay, I have it covered day of or next day, and you can also catch those on the Frontline. They upload those there as well on their socials.
Off the draw, Little pinching in, sends it wide of the net. The Rock get it out, now they turn it over. Strichuluk down the middle. Pass not complete, and now the Rock going the other way. It's Pigeon on the carry, going towards the net, tries to drag it, but he gets beat. Captain on captain as Little comes away with a little win there. And now it's going the other way. Strichuluk on the carry, puts it on net, that goes high. Out to the blue line and cleared, and Pigeon showing off the speed again. Puts on the brakes to find Haroon. He takes a shot from the sharp angle. That's blocked by Little, and he'll hold it behind the net with 12 minutes remaining in the third. 3-3 the score. And it looked like a couple of passes there. The Voodoos just weren't sure what they wanted to do with the puck inside the zone. They have got to figure that out the rest of the way of this game.
Lots of chances for passing, but can't deciding a lane, and that's going to cost you when such decisive decision-making is going to be crucial in the dying minutes.
Renard goes offside. 11:37 remaining in the third. 3-3 the score remains. Just the one goal in this third period. It was scored by Timmins to tie things up, with Lucas Lowe getting that one.
And almost 60 shots total being fired in this game, and both goalies playing super solidly and covering all areas of the net. They've been definitely very, very effective in this game. It's been hard to get anything past if you're an offender, and they've been facing it very difficultly because they haven't had a full team in front of them most of the game.
Sent into the Powassan zone, fired to the far side. Macmillan dishes it off behind the net to Ricci, up to service, quick pass to the neutral zone to Gazic, down the right wing, shot coming in, save made, rebound right there, but they cannot get a stick on it. Now behind the net, Gazic looking to play it. Picked up by Timmins, and they will clear it out of the zone. Service, sends it forward. Coming in is Macmillan, takes a shot, that goes wide of the net. Picked up on the far side by Grigor. He gets stopped in the neutral zone. Timmins trying to go forward there. Delayed offside being called here. And the Voodoos clear it, but Frederick gets it right back and sends it in. And the whistle goes as DeRoccolo covers it up, and that was a weird play in front of the Voodoos bench there.
Yeah, it looked like the Voodoos were trying to make a quick change and then trying to avoid a too many men call there, then trying to dish it out of the zone, dish it to Timmins, who gets a shot. It was just very back and forth. Who was going to maintain and control?
And all that happened in the span of about 3 seconds. That's how fast this game is. Play on the far side, O'Brien. Back around to the near side. Into the neutral zone. Rossetti has it. Behind his own blue line, still controlling, sends it down the ice to Ring, and they go offside again. I don't know if the Rock had gone offside 3 times all game, let alone 3 times in a row like they just have.
And we're seeing cracks here in both teams, as both teams have had to expend a lot of energy because they've been on those special teams so much this game, defending or rushing out or just getting in front of pucks. It has been strenuous for these players.
And that's usually your top players, right? Usually your top scorers are out on the power play, or your best defensive players are out on the penalty kill. So, yeah, that's a lot of time on special teams, getting those same faces out there. Personnel has switched up a little bit in the third, as we're seeing some guys whose names we weren't calling a lot in that second period, but now we're back to the Liam service line for the Voodoos, and that's sent down the ice, racing towards it and getting it clear, but no, it comes back in as Ring carried it over. He got hit, but still got the puck away out of scoring position, and it's sent down the ice to Frederick. Frederick dumps it down, and it's Leotino behind the net. Strichaluk with 9:40 to play in this 3-3 third period. Over to Shields. Shields walking in, sends it high. Goes off a stick off the roof, and play is called down. 9:30 to go in the third. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
This period is brought to you by Canada Alumni Perks. Get information on special events and news, or access the alumni job portal. Visit canadacollege.ca/perks for more information.
Tonight's 3 Stars is brought to you by Dave's Automotive Services, 411 Airport Road in North Bay. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect from Dave's.
And we'll have those 3 stars for you following the game whenever this one wraps up. Again, it's an elimination game. Game 4 of this postseason series. And with the game tied 3-3, we could get a goal early, or we could be in for the long haul.
It has been a close battle this entire game. Leads given, leads taken, and the customary third period sweet Caroline coming on, but nothing has been sweet about this game. It has been rough and tumble. And we're going to see a face-off here in the Timmins zone. See who will break first.
That's it. It's the rookie netminder, DeRoccolo, going up against Boivin, who won half of this 2-headed monster in net for the Timmins Rock. It's pick your poison when you play Timmins this year. Boivin or Brown. Both guys had a goals against average under 2. The arm goes up. and they will be calling this one interference against the Powassan Voodoos.
Back on the penalty kill. Special teams, once again, going to have to step up here. Now, on a positive side, we have seen Powassan get more and more effective in their penalty kill as this game has gone on. So we'll see if that energy can be brought forward, or if that deadly Timmins Rock power play is going to prevail and make a difficult hill to climb late here in the third.
This could be the biggest moment of this series right here. Cadio Fredette to Pijon, shot coming in just wide. Picked up on the near side. Frederick's there. Sends it back up to the top. Cadio Fredette to Frederick, sends it across. Piekarski was right there, but whiffed on that one. Pijon to Piekarski. Lost it. Shields smacks at it. Wilkie's there. Tries to get it back to Shields, but it's out of his reach as Pijon corrals it. Now walking in, sends it down low. It's blocked off the stick of Shields, but Piekarski gets it back. Piekarczyk, sends it to the near side. Haroon walking in. He gets held on the boards by Fullerton. And Fullerton holding the board, holding the puck on those end boards. Time down to a minute now on this penalty kill. Fullerton just holding it. And the arm goes up. A penalty is being called. And Frederick is being sent to the box. And the Timmins power play lasts 59 seconds.
And this is the second time this game that we have seen a power play cut in half because of a returned call. And I believe on that last one, we did see a goal come out of it.
Yeah, they scored 4-on-4. So with 8:06 to go in the third period, 3-3 the score. The Voodoos avoid giving up a goal in a good scoring chance for Timmins. And now they got a chance to get one back themselves here. We are in for quite a finish here in game 4. Clark on the far side. To the top, Pijon. Being held against the boards. Pijon falls down. Powassan ends up with the puck. They're going to have a 59-second power play at some point, barring any other calls. McLean sends it to the net on the backhand, and it just trickles in. And McLean pushes down Rossetti at the end of the play, and now two guys. Someone's getting called for interference. And it is going to be the Voodoos. So it will now be 4-on-3 for 28 seconds. Then it will go back to 4-on-4 for about 45 seconds. And then it will be a 5-on-4 again for Timmins.
The ref
this is wild, especially for a third period that started with a 1-goal lead. There's been a lot of penalties called in this period.
Yeah, stacked on top of each other.
Yeah.
Just when you think one team has an advantage, goes right back the other way.
So now Timmins looking to get the go-ahead goal here on the man advantage. Again, 4-on-3 now for 10 more seconds. Walking in, shot, just goes wide. Haroon corrals it to the blue line. Cadio Fredette sends it in. It's a save made, but it goes over the crossbar. On the far side, we're now at 4-on-4 play. Jumping into the play is the Voodoos Fullerton. On the far side, Clark holding it. Clark coming down the right wing, tries to dish it off through the slot. That didn't work, and now Little has a chance to go the other way, one-on-one. Little, the captain, driving in, but he puts on the brakes and then gets shoved into the corner. There's about 10 seconds now or so remaining, and service gets called now. Service is going to get called for that play coming out of the zone. Tripping is the call. And so now it's going to be a 5-on-3.
It never stops.
Sorry, 5-on-4 for about 15 seconds or so, and then it will be a 5-on-3 for almost over 30 seconds.
This is almost too much to wrap your head around here, Matt.
So we wondered if they would put the whistles away in a one-goal game, in an elimination game in the third period. They did not.
No. This has easily been the most calls I have seen.
But what do you make of that last one? Fair call, or
I don't know.
Was a trip? Yeah.
Yes, it was a trip, but in a game like this, you're wondering how much leeway is going to be given to each team. And, you know, the way the cookie crumbles is this, and you sort of have to eat what you're left with. So we'll see what team comes out on top, but not a whole lot left in this game, and hopefully the penalty kill for the Voodoos is as strong as it has been progressing to be so far.
So 4-on-3 once again with 6:30 to go in the third period. 3-3 the score. Wilkie behind the net, gets it around to the near side, and the Voodoos clear. It's going to be a 5-on-3 in a couple of moments. Again, we can't see the seconds ticking down with the stanchion in the way of the scoreboard here. Driving in, Pikarczyk gets denied by Dracula. But here's the thing, you can't give up body position right now. If you're the Powassan Voodoos, you cannot sit back and be worried about getting another call against you.
They've had to stick on them like glue. And as we mentioned earlier in the game, the zone defense wasn't working. Sticking to the man-on-man was effective, and being down in these penalty kills has increasingly been to their detriment.
Out of the box is Frederick. 5-on-3 now for 26 seconds. On the left side, Pikarczyk to the right side. Haroon fires it wide of the net, and Pichon can't hold the line. In 15 seconds, the Voodoos will get one player out of the box, and it will be 5-on-4 for about a minute. Haroon to the middle, takes a shot, save made, up in the air, batted back down, shot from the slot to the left side, the shot coming in, it's under Dracula, and the Rock lead. Just as the 5-on-3 expires, the Rock take a 4-3 lead with 5:30 to go in the third period. Ethan Poole, who had a huge goal in Game 3, gets another one here in Game 4.
That trickles in, just a desperation shot, sneaks through, 5 minutes, 30 seconds remaining, shots tied up, and penalties just falling in this entire second period and third period. It ends up being the difference maker. Now we have to see the resolve of the Voodoos if they can bounce back, because it is do or die.
And I don't know if the saving grace is the fact that they scored it on the 5-on-4, because then that now eliminates that final power play, and the Voodoos are right back to 5-on-5 now. I mean, if there's ever any silver lining in that, that's got to be it.
Yeah.
But now you're thinking if you're the Voodoos, well, there's got to be a makeup call coming at some point.
You'd have to think, but you never know in a game like this.
Yep.
So many calls spiraling and spiraling. Gonna have to take any advantage you can get, I guess.
5:21 to go in the third. 4-3 Timmins. It's their first lead since the first period when they led 1-0. Digging away at it. At the side of the net. It stays out and it's sent down the ice. Ricci with it. Sends it up the middle. The shot coming in just wide. Voodoos player taken down behind the net. And now a lot of pushing and shoving going on back there. The whistle is blown. I'm not sure where the puck is. And they will just call the play dead here. And they're saying the faceoff's coming all the way at the other end here.
A lot of bodies blocking the play there. Oh. It seems like it will remain.
Oh, it's coming out of the zone, they're saying, yeah. 4:54 to go in the third. Timmins with a 4-3 lead. McLean walking in, lost it. Foot race to it. And Smetham gets it back. Over to McLean. McLean down the right wing side. Gets it poked off his stick by Clark. Trying to get it back now behind the Voodoos line. And over to Leotino. He dumps it down the ice. That's going to be icing called. And again, that's not something the Voodoos have done a lot this game, and this is not the time to start doing it.
No, you need every second of advantage that you can get, every second of ice time, and every stoppage is just going to play into the Timmins Rock's favor. No, especially giving them a draw in your zone. They're hot right now. You have to prove that you can fire back.
4:31 to play. Leotino taken down in the corner. Puck still free though, and Shields will move it out. Down the left wing for Smetham, up the middle, and Stricheluk fell down going over the blue line. Not sure if he was touched or not there. Little kicks it into the neutral zone, gets it up ahead to Stricheluk. Stricheluk trying to hold it at the boards, gets it over to Patrick, but it's poked off his stick. Wilkie kicks it ahead, finding Little, and he dumps it into the zone. This is where the Voodoos now have to get control of it. They can't. They dump it back in. Now they're coming in on the forecheck, but getting it out of the way is Pettit. Pettit sends it down the left wing for Pigeon, and Pigeon gets through one wave of defenders, drops it back to Haroun, and the shot goes off the shoulder and wide. Another big save there by DiRoccolo, who has looked fantastic throughout much of his playoff debut here for the Voodoos. To the near side, it is Little coming out of the zone with it. Drops it back. The shot coming in by McMillan is blocked in front of the net. And down the ice goes Haroun. Haroun with a shot. Save made by DiRoccolo, and he holds on to it with 3:10 remaining in this game, and maybe 3:10 remaining in the Voodoo season.
We'll have to see what they can pull out here. They've been playing with great intensity all game, and all of their goals have come from hard work, keeping shots on net, and maintaining time in the Timmins zone. And I know that sounds like very boilerplate stuff, but it has been the effective weapons for the Voodoos in this game, on top of converting on the penalties.
3 minutes to go. Leotino dropping back. Leotino coming out of the zone with it. And it touches a player in the bench as they try to dump it down the ice. So the faceoff will stay inside the neutral zone.
Towards the Voodoo's end.
Oh, Powassan shot it out. Got it. Okay. I thought I won off the Timmins player there. 2:45 to play in the third period. And now you got to keep your eye on the goaltender, DiRoccolo. Wilkie with the shot. It goes up high over the glass and out of play. And you wonder how long DiRoccolo will remain between the pipes here for Peter Goulet and the Voodoos.
Any second now, we will be seeing a sixth man on the ice. Voodoos needing every chance they can get in this. Playoff lives on the line, 2:38 remaining. Draw in the Timmins zone. Let's see what they have in them.
The Voodoos win the draw, but then can't capitalize on it, and it comes out of the zone. Shot back in. And if they can get control, I'm sure they would love to get the sixth attacker out there, but they can't as it's dumped back down the ice. 2:20 to play in the third period. Timmins with a 4-3 lead. Down the ice on the rush, the shot coming in. Smetham puts it towards the net. That one stopped, and it is cleared again. The Voodoos just can't find control in the offensive zone right now. McLean coming out. McLean makes a move. He's going down the ice. McLean over the blue line, drops it back. Shot comes in, save made. Rebound coming from around behind the net, and they can't get it in front. Puck still behind the net. DeRoccolo still between the pipes.
Calling
down
for
to the point. McLean across to Leotino. Leotino holding at the blue line, takes a shot, deflected, and goes wide of the net. McLean holds it at the blue line.
DeRoccolo's off.
Sends it in. 6 attacker coming on the ice. They got the puck to Strichuluk on the middle. Strichuluk lost it. Got it off his stick from Harry Clark. Clark sends it down the ice, and that will be icing called. 1:22 remaining in the third period. 4-3. Timmins lead. The Voodoos will get the face-off in the offensive zone with the extra attacker out there.
This face-off means everything. Win it, you have the chance to tie this up, force this into overtime. A loss could mean a single flick of the stick down the ice and the end of your season.
And they win it to Gazic. Put it on net. Save made by Boivin. Into the far side corner. Voodoo still in control. Down the point, Little. Half boards. Knocked away off the stick, but Little stops it from clearing. They get a second chance to clear it, and they get it to Frederick. He's racing down the ice, and what a stop! I missed the player's number that dove across there, but what a play, and now the Voodoos going in. 3-on-2 into the zone. It's Little on the near side, sends it through the zone. Picked up on the corner by Strichuluk. Strichuluk holding it there, off the half boards, trying to play it to the middle. 45 seconds to go. It's in the far side corner. Strichuluk holding it there, lost it. It comes out of the zone, down the ice. Little's racing to it. He is absolutely gassed. He's been out there for almost 2.5 minutes now, but he's got the puck, putting on the Jets. 30 seconds to go. Little tripped up at the boards, and there's no call coming there. Puck gets turned aside. Ring has it towards the empty net, and the Timmins Rock are Eastern Finals champions as Ring sends it into the empty net with 20 seconds to go. They're going to take this one from the Voodoos in a sweep as Timmins will be heading to the NOJHL Championship.
And what an effort here from the Voodoos. Hard fought till the very end. I don't know about that missed trip call at the end. Just gonna say that once. Excellent.
And one of the Voodoos coaches have been tossed from the game. I believe it was Josh Hardman that got and the Timmins Rock taking their sweet time figuring out who to send out for the face-off. I mean, talk about unsportsmanlike. I mean, that's a little ridiculous there.
20 seconds left, taking forever on a change.
Yeah. Ten seconds to go. And offside will be the call. Yeah, I didn't understand that. The player had an issue with his helmet, so he dropped his gloves and his stick on the face-off circle, and then the Timmins Rock coaching staff decided to play, who do we want to send out there? That was a little weird, but anyway, it is what it is. 11.2 seconds remaining in this game. 5-3 the score for the Timmins Rock.
Hard-fought battle.
Absolutely. It's been a fantastic season for the Voodoos. Puck sent out again, but falling just short of where they really felt they could have been this year.
There's lots of good building blocks here. Lots of things to be proud of. Defeating Hearst in the first round, an incredible accomplishment.
Absolutely. 2 seconds ago, and this game is over. Timmins are East Division champions with a 5-3 win, and they are headed to the NOJHL Championship, while the Powassan Voodoos season comes to an end in front of the home fans here at the Powassan Sportsplex.
Hard fought to the very end. Excellent performances out of all players involved. Dan DiRoccolo, in his playoff debut, played solidly. That's definitely something you can be proud of. Well earned for the Timmins Rock.
Absolutely.
They get the sweep, and hats off to the Powassan Voodoos. Every inch of ice was filled with blood, sweat, and tears from these young men, leaving everything they had out there. And they have great things to build off of in the coming years.
It's definitely disappointing on the Voodoo side that it ended in a sweep, but 3 of the 4 games were pretty close. Again, it was just trying to avoid having the big period against you, and they weren't able to do that at any point this series.
And being on the special team so much, it's going to tire you out quicker. If you were able to tighten up and avoid penalties, and it could be so much whataboutism, but at the end of the day, the Rock come away with the win. The Voodoos fought their hearts out, and hats off to these young men.
Absolutely.
Well played.
And I believe we'll have the 3 stars of the game coming up momentarily here.
Tonight's 3 stars is brought to you by Dave's Automotive Services, 411 Airport Road in North Bay. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect from Dave's.
I believe they will be announced after the handshake. But again, always tough when your season comes to an end on home ice. But at least you get a nice ovation from the home faithful here, who have been with the Voodoos since day one. And really, they gave them quite a show this season. Had some up and downs, but they played some fantastic games throughout the year right here at the Sportsplex, and that continued throughout the postseason. And they would have liked to have picked up a couple of wins in this series, but again, the Timmins Rock just proved to be just too much for the Voodoos to overcome. And again, with some key injuries to the Voodoos, that doesn't help things when you're going up against a team that's as formidable as the Timmins Rock. But again, like you said, Dan DiRoccolo getting his playoff debut out of the way and lining himself up for what should be another good season next year.
And Flageau played very, very well throughout the entire playoff season. Played very solidly throughout the entire season. And hats off to them. And we'll have the 3 stars right here. Couple more announcements first.
Yeah. I think they were announcing the score of the Sudbury-Sioux game there, and that one is tied going into the third. Or check that. That one is tied at the end of the third. The Sioux have a 2-1 series lead, and in that series, the home team has won every game. The Sioux took the first 2 games over Sudbury in Sudbury, and then Sudbury won Game 3 yesterday.
And it looks like Sudbury is the home team for this one as well.
No, this one is in the Sioux. So
it's in the Sioux. Okay.
Yeah, the road team has won every game so far in that series. So. Well, as the Powassan Voodoos exit the ice for the last time this season, we will wrap things up for you here from the Powassan Sportsplex. It's been an absolute pleasure to bring you the games this season here right on the Frontline broadcast on YouTube and on Hockey TV. I know Courtney Kenny sends along his best wishes as he did a lot of the games throughout this season. Mike Brown doing a fantastic job as always on camera, and Ben Long producing. We also want to thank Andrew White for coming down and helping us out. Ben Sargent, who else was in our team? Derek Lindemann, and I think that's everyone that came out to do these games here in Powassan. But if you've enjoyed what you've heard from us this season, we are on the Frontline broadcast on YouTube. You can go ahead and subscribe. We've got more hockey before this season ends, as we will have the Battalion postseason run as well for you. And we also have a weekly podcast out talking all things hockey around North Bay and area on the Frontline podcast, which is available on Spotify. Like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your enemies about us as well. And we'd be happy if you can help spread the word and keep us growing. It's been a pleasure to bring you the games here this year from the Sportsplex. For Harrison Clement, I'm Matthew Sucrum. Thanks so much for joining us. Been a heck of a season. We'll see you next September for another season of NOJHL hockey and the Powassan Voodoos.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items, or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
As a Canadore College alumni, you have access to perks. Canadore Alumni Perks. This is a lifetime membership that includes special access to great offers, opportunities to get involved, and so much more. Graduates can access discounts and special offers from businesses and hotels locally, across Canada, and internationally. Get information on special events and news, or access the alumni job portal. Keep in touch with Canadore's alumni office. Visit canadorecollege.ca/perks. Great things happen here.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
The Frontline Podcast, Season 3. Courtney Kenny, Matthew Sucrum, Derek Lindemann, Bob Coles, and Ben Long bring you closer to your favorite teams like never before. Covering everything to do with hockey in the North Bay area, exclusive interviews with the North Bay Battalion staff and players, expert analysis on the OHL, NOJHL, and more, keeping you up to date on all things Voodoos, Trappers, Lakers, and more. It's a new season, it's a new adventure. The Frontline Podcast Season 3. Available wherever you download your favorite podcasts.